She sits down across from me like she owns the chair, the table, the entire cafe, and I realize immediately that Rachel was lying. "You must be Daniel," she says, and her voice is smoke and honey, nothing like the sweet, soft-spoken girl my best friend described. She's wearing red lipstick the color of arterial blood and a leather jacket that's seen better days. Her eyes are dark, calculating, amused. "I am," I say, because what else can I say? Rachel texted me 20 minutes ago. Running late, she's already there, dark hair, corner table. This woman has dark hair. This is the corner table. But this is not the woman Rachel described for 3 weeks straight. The kindergarten teacher with the laugh like wind chimes, who volunteers at animal shelters and bakes sourdough on Sundays. This woman looks like she'd burn the sourdough and enjoy watching it smoke. "Rachel talks about you constantly," she says, leaning back, studying me like I'm a puzzle she's already solved. The loyal friend, the good guy, the one who always shows up. Something in her tone makes good guy sound like an insult. "She talks about you too," I lie, because I'm not about to admit I think we're experiencing some cosmic mistake. Maybe Rachel set me up with 2 women. Maybe this is a test. Maybe I'm losing my mind, does she? It's not a question. She signals the waiter without breaking eye contact. "I'll have a whiskey, neat, he'll have..." She pauses, tilts her head. "What do good guys drink on blind dates?" "Coffee," I say. "Black." "Of course you do." She smiles, and it's the kind of smile that makes you want to either kiss her or run. Maybe both. I'm Mara. Not the name Rachel mentioned. Definitely not the name. I should stop this now. I should say I think there's been a mistake. But Mara is looking at me like she sees something interesting, something worth her time, and I haven't felt interesting in years. 3 years to be exact. 3 years since Emma left and took with her every fascinating thing I thought I was. "So, Daniel." Mara leans forward, elbows on the table, chin on her laced fingers. "Tell me something true." "What?" "Something true. Not the resume version Rachel probably fed you. Not the dating profile highlights. Something real." The waiter brings our drinks. Mara doesn't look away from me. "I don't know you," I say carefully. "Exactly. So you can tell me anything. I'm a stranger." "I don't matter." She takes a sip of whiskey. "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" "That's your opening question? Life's too short for weather and hobbies. I should be offended. I should make an excuse and leave. Instead, I hear myself saying, "I lied to my ex-fiancée for 6 months. Told her I wanted kids when I didn't. Thought I'd change my mind. Never did." Mara's expression doesn't change. Doesn't flinch, doesn't judge. "Why'd you finally tell her?" "She bought a book on pregnancy. Started taking vitamins. And you couldn't let her waste good folic acid." Mara nods slowly. "Honest coward." "Interesting breed. What about you?" The question comes out sharper than I intend. "Worst thing you've ever done?" She grins, and it's feral. I'm still doing it. Before I can ask what that means, my phone buzzes. "Rachel, so sorry, flat tire. Gonna be at least another hour. Please keep Sophia company. You two are going to love each other, Sophia, not Mara." I look up. Mara is watching me read the text, and something in her eyes, something bright and dangerous, tells me she knows. She knows I know. "So," she says softly, "are you going to tell me, or are we going to see where this goes?" I should tell her. I don't. "Rachel's running late," I say, pocketing my phone. "Flat tire." Convenient. Mara, if that's even her name, signals for another whiskey. These things always happen right when they're supposed to, don't they? Do they? Coincidences are just decisions we pretend we didn't make. She studies me over the rim of her glass. "You decided not to correct me, why?" "Because you're the most interesting thing that's happened to me in 3 years. Because I'm tired of being the good guy who does the right thing and ends up alone anyway. Because something about you makes me want to be someone else." "Curiosity," I say instead. Dangerous word. She leans back, reassessing. "You know what I think? I think you're bored. I think you've been good for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to choose something just because you want it. Consequences be damned. You don't know me." "No, but I know the look." She taps her temple. I see it in the mirror. A laugh escapes me, sharp, unexpected. "So we're both disasters. The best kind," she pauses. "I should tell you something." "What?" "I'm supposed to be meeting someone too. Someone I was set up with. Someone my roommate wouldn't shut up about." She watches my face. Small, dark-haired guy. Accountant. loves hiking and board games, and probably has a golden retriever. The table next to us, a nervous-looking man in a sensible sweater keeps checking his phone, glancing at the door. That him? I ask. Probably. Mara doesn't look. And somewhere in here there's probably a woman who bakes bread and saves puppies waiting for you. We sit in the weight of that knowledge. Two people at the wrong table, knowing we're at the wrong table, choosing to stay anyway. Why haven't you moved? I ask. Why haven't you? Fair point. My phone buzzes again. Rachel, everything okay? Is she there? What do you think? I turn the phone face down. Tell me another truth, Mara says. Why did you really end things with your fiancé? I told you, no, the kids thing was the excuse. What was the reason? I hate that she sees through me this easily. She wanted me to be better than I am. Kinder, more patient, more, I don't know, more, and I tried. God, I tried. But pretending to be someone else is exhausting, and eventually I stop. Got tired of being good. Mara finishes. Yeah, I know that feeling. What about you? Why are you here instead of meeting Mr. Sensible Sweater? She traces the rim of her glass with one finger. Maybe I'm tired of dating men who think I need saving. Men who see broken and hear project. Men who want to fix me instead of just, she looks up. Seeing me. I see you, I say, and I mean it. I see the sharp edges, the careful armor, the way she holds herself like she's always ready to run. I see someone who's been hurt and decided to become the hurt first. That's the problem, she says quietly. The cafe is getting louder. Dinner rush. Clinking plates, fragments of other people's safe. Normal conversations. And here we are, two strangers playing Russian roulette with honesty. We should end this, I say. Should we? Our actual dates are probably worried, confused. Probably. Neither of us moves. 1 more hour, Mara says. 1 more hour at the wrong table. Then we go back to our real lives. We never see each other again. We don't exchange numbers. We don't follow up. Just, she gestures between us. This, whatever this is, for 60 more minutes, it's a terrible idea. Okay, I say. She smiles, and this time it reaches her eyes. Tell me something else true, Daniel. Tell me what you're most afraid of, and I do. I tell this stranger, this wrong person at the wrong table, things I never told Emma. I tell her about the panic attacks I hide, the insomnia, the feeling that I'm sleepwalking through a life that looks good on paper but feels empty. I tell her about my father's disappointed eyes, my mother's careful optimism, the weight of being the son who did everything right and ended up nowhere. And she listens like she understands. Like maybe she's been nowhere too. When I finish, she's quiet for a long moment. Then she says, I stole from my own mother's purse to pay for my sister's rehab. She still doesn't know. My sister does, though. Hasn't spoken to me in 2 years because she can't stand being saved by someone like me. Someone like you? Someone worse than her. Mara's smile is broken glass. That's the thing about being the family disaster, Daniel. Eventually, everyone believes you. Even when you're trying, my phone buzzes. Rachel just texted Sophia. She says she's having a great time. I knew you two would click. I look across the table at Mara. At this woman who is not Sophia, who is nothing like the woman Rachel described, who makes me feel alive in a way that terrifies me. Time's up, I say. Yeah. She doesn't move. Neither do I. And that's when the door opens, and Rachel walks in. An hour early, flat tire apparently fixed, with a woman in a yellow sundress who has kind eyes and a gentle smile. Sophia. Rachel sees me. Starts to wave. Sees Mara. Stops. Rachel's face goes through 5 emotions in 3 seconds. Confusion, recognition, anger, worry, calculation. She says something to Sophia in the yellow dress, who looks toward our table with dawning concern, and I watch in slow motion as Rachel starts walking toward us. This is going to be interesting, Mara murmurs. You don't seem worried. I'm not the one about to disappoint my best friend. She takes a deliberate sip of whiskey. That's all you, good guy. Rachel. I stand as she reaches us. Your tire got it fixed faster than expected. Rachel's smile is tight. Her eyes on Mara. I see you've met someone. Mara. Mara supplies, extending her hand. Lovely cafe. Great ambiance for accidental meetings. Rachel doesn't take her hand. Where's Sophia? Sophia. I try to sound confused, but Rachel knows me too well. The woman I set you up with, who I've been telling you about for weeks. who texted me 10 minutes ago saying she's still waiting for someone named Daniel, who never showed up to his table. Rachel's voice is ice. Ring any bells? The sensible sweater man at the next table suddenly makes sense. He's been checking his phone this whole time, waiting. Sophia must be doing the same somewhere else in the cafe, probably near the entrance, watching the door, wondering if she got stood up. There was a mix-up, I start. A mix-up that lasted over an hour? Rachel looks between us. You knew. You both knew. Mara stands, smoothing her jacket. I should go. Yeah, Rachel says coldly. You should. But I grab Mara's wrist before I can stop myself. Wait. Everyone freezes. Rachel stares at my hand on Mara's wrist like I've pulled a gun. Daniel, what are you doing? I don't know, I say honestly. And it's true. I don't know why I'm stopping her. Why the thought of her walking out makes my chest tight. Why this matters so much when we both agreed it was temporary, meaningless, safe. Mara looks down at my hand, then up at my face. Let me go. Not yet, Daniel. Rachel's voice cracks. This isn't you. I don't know what happened here, but this isn't, she's not. She takes a breath. Do you know who that is? Something in her tone makes my hand drop. That's Mara Collins, Rachel says. My co-worker's ex-girlfriend. The one who drained his bank account and disappeared for 6 months. The one with the restraining order. The one who... She stops, recalculating. Oh my God, you're here for him, aren't you? You knew he'd be here. Mara's face remains perfectly still. You knew I set Daniel up tonight, Rachel continues, piecing it together. You knew we'd be here. You sat at his table on purpose. Rachel, I say, but I'm not sure what I'm defending. Why? Rachel demands. What do you want from him? Mara finally speaks, and her voice is different. Softer, sadder, real. Nothing. I wanted nothing from him. She looks at me. Your friend's right. I did know you'd be here. Not you specifically, just that there'd be a setup, a first date, something normal and safe. I thought, she laughs bitterly. I thought I'd sit nearby and remember what normal looked like. What it felt like before I burned everything down. So you crashed his date, Rachel says flatly. I sat at the wrong table. He figured it out. We both did. Mara shrugs. We chose to stay. Rachel turns to me. Is that true? I want to lie. I want to tell her it was all confusion, that I was trying to be polite, that I was just waiting for her to arrive. Instead, I say, yes. Rachel's face crumples. I've known you 15 years. You don't do this. You don't lie to me. You don't sabotage things. You're the one who shows up, who tries, who... Her voice breaks. What happened to you? I don't know, I say again, and it's the most honest I've been all night. Maybe I'm tired of being that person. Maybe that person didn't get me anywhere good. That person had people who loved him, Rachel says quietly. That person had me. The guilt hits like a fist. Mara sets her glass down carefully. I'm leaving now. For real this time. She looks at Rachel. I'm sorry, truly. This wasn't about hurting anyone. Then to me. Thank you for the conversation, Daniel. It was, she pauses. Real. She turns to go. Wait, I say again, but quieter this time. Why were you really here? The truth, Mara stops, her back to us. When she speaks, her voice is barely audible over the cafe noise. My ex, Rachel's co-worker, is getting married. I heard through mutual friends. He's marrying someone kind, someone stable, someone who isn't me. The wedding's in 2 weeks. She turns, and her eyes are bright with unshed tears. I wanted to see if I could sit in a cafe full of people on first dates. People starting fresh and feel anything except angry. Except ruined. Did you? I ask. She looks at me for a long moment. I felt something. Then she walks away, weaving through tables, past Sophia in the yellow dress, who's now standing with sensible sweater man, both of them looking confused and hurt. The door chimes as she leaves. Go after her, Rachel says. I turn. What? Go after her, Daniel. Clearly that's what you want to do. Rachel, I'm serious. Her expression is unreadable. I've never seen you look at someone the way you just looked at her. Not even Emma. Definitely not Sophia, who's perfect for you, by the way. Actually perfect. Kind and real and not... She gestures at the door. Chaos in a leather jacket. I'm not going after her. Why not? Because it would be stupid. Because we're clearly wrong for each other. Because good guys don't chase after women with restraining orders and stolen bank accounts. Because Rachel's right, this isn't me, except maybe it is now. She's a disaster, I say weakly. Rachel's laugh is sad. So are you, apparently. You just hide it better. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. For what it's worth, I didn't lie about my name. And I really am sorry about the bank account thing. It was for my sister's rehab, and I paid every cent back. But I understand if you need to believe I'm the villain. It's easier that way. Em, how did she get your number? Rachel asks, reading over my shoulder. I remember my phone face down on the table. Remember Mara's casual glance at it while I was looking away? She took it while we were talking, I say. Of course she did. Rachel sighs. Sophia's still here. You could go talk to her. Start over. Have the date we planned. I look toward the entrance. Sophia is laughing at something sensible Sweater Man said. She looks happy. Relieved even, like maybe the mix-up was a gift. I think she's good, I say. Rachel follows my gaze, then nods slowly. Yeah, I think she is. She looks at me. What are you going to do? I don't know. That's twice you've said that tonight. It's very unlike you. Maybe I'm becoming a new person, or maybe you're finally becoming yourself. Rachel touches my arm. I'm angry at you. I'm really angry. But I want you to be happy, Daniel. Even if happy looks different than I thought it would. I'm sorry, I say. For lying. For all of this. I know, she squeezes my arm. Go before you lose your nerve. You sure? No, but do it anyway. I find her 3 blocks away, sitting on the curb outside a closed bookstore, smoking a cigarette. I didn't know you smoked, I say. I don't. Bummed it off a stranger. She doesn't look up. Tastes like regret and bad decisions. Seemed fitting. I sit beside her, the concrete cold through my jeans. You stole my number. I did. That's invasive? Inappropriate? Exactly what you'd expect from someone like me. She takes a drag, coughs. Yeah, I was going to say bold. That makes her look at me. Why are you here, Daniel? I don't know. You keep saying that. Because it keeps being true. I take the cigarette from her fingers, drop it, crush it under my heel. Tell me about the bank account. The real story. Why? So you can decide if I'm redeemable? So I can decide if I believe you. Mara pulls her knees to her chest, suddenly smaller. My sister OD'd 3 times in 2 months. The 3rd time they said she probably wouldn't survive a 4th. She needed inpatient treatment. 30 days, $40,000. Our parents wouldn't pay. Said she needed to hit rock bottom, learn her lesson. Her voice hardens. I asked my boyfriend for help. He said no. Said it wasn't our problem, so you took it, I took it, all of it. Cleaned out our joint account. Maxed out his credit cards, forged his signature on a personal loan. Got her into the best facility in the state. She's crying now, silent tears tracking through her makeup. She got clean. 6 months sober. Then she found out what I did, how I paid for it, and she couldn't forgive me. Said I made her recovery dirty. Made it about my need to save her instead of her need to heal. That's not fair, I say, isn't it? I did make it about me. About proving I wasn't the bigger disaster. About being the hero for once instead of the problem. She wipes her face roughly. My ex pressed charges. I paid everything back, took 3 jobs, 2 years, destroyed my credit. He dropped the charges eventually, but kept the restraining order. Said I was dangerous, unstable. Are you? She looks at me, mascara smudged and raw. What do you think? I think about the last hour. About the way she saw through me immediately. The way she made me feel seen. About her laugh when I told her about my failures like they made me more interesting instead of less. About the way she called me an honest coward like it was a compliment. I think you're someone who loves so hard it breaks things. I say slowly, including yourself, fresh tears spill. I'm not a good person, Daniel. I don't think I am either. Yes, you are. You showed up for your friend's setup. You felt guilty about a lie you told 3 years ago. I stayed at the wrong table knowing it was wrong, I interrupt. I lied to my best friend's face. I chased you down even though every logical part of my brain says this is a terrible idea. I'm not good. I'm just good at pretending. Mara's laugh is watery. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, well, you bring it out in me. We sit in silence. A car passes, music thumping. Somewhere a dog barks. The city moves around us, indifferent to our small catastrophe. My ex is getting married, Mara says finally. The one whose account I drained. He invited me to the wedding. What? Sent me a card. In the spirit of forgiveness and new beginnings. Some bullshit like that. He wants me to come. Wants his bride to meet me. Wants to prove he's moved on, healed better. She picks at her nail polish. He wants to parade his happiness in front of my disaster. You don't have to go. I know. But I want to. She looks at me. I want to walk into that church in a nice dress with my head up and show everyone that I'm not still broken. That I'm not the villain in his redemption story. You're not. But I also don't have my own story, my own happy ending to prove it with. She stands, brushing off her jeans. You should go back to the cafe. Find Sophia. She's exactly who you need, safe, sweet, uncomplicated. Everything I'm not, I stand too. What if I don't want uncomplicated? Then you're an idiot. Probably. She starts walking. I follow. Stop following me, she says without looking back. No. Daniel, go to the wedding, I say. I'll go with you. She stops dead, turns. What? You want to walk in with your head up? Walk in with a date. Someone who looks normal and safe and exactly like the kind of guy you're supposed to end up with. Let him think you've moved on too. That's insane. You said coincidences are decisions we pretend we didn't make. I'm deciding this. Right now. I'm deciding you. Mara stares at me. You don't know me. I know enough. You really don't. I'm Daniel. I'm chaos. I'm lies and bad impulse control, and I'll hurt you. Not because I want to, but because I don't know how to do this without breaking things. Then break me, I say. I've been whole and good and safe my entire life, and it got me nowhere. Maybe broken is interesting. Maybe broken is real. You're going to regret this, probably. I take a step closer. But I'm tired of living my life in probably. And should, in good enough. Another step. I want what I felt in that cafe. I want to feel alive. This is a terrible idea. The worst, I agree. And then I kiss her. She tastes like cigarettes and whiskey and mistakes I'm going to make anyway. She kisses me back like she's drowning and I'm air, fierce and desperate and absolutely certain to destroy us both. When we break apart, she's breathing hard. 2 weeks, she says. The wedding's in 2 weeks. Until then, we pretend this is real. We date, we make it believable. Then we go to the wedding, we show him I'm fine, and we end it, I finish. End it, she confirms. Clean break? No strings. No damage. Okay. 2 weeks, I say. Let's see how much disaster we can fit into 2 weeks. Her smile is dangerous. You have no idea what you've just agreed to. Good, I say. And kiss her again. The wedding is in a church that's trying too hard. Too many flowers. Too much white, too much carefully orchestrated perfection. Mara's hand is trembling in mine. We can leave, I whisper. No. She straightens her spine, lifts her chin. I need to do this. The last 2 weeks have been, I don't even know what to call them. We've been to 4 dinners, 3 museums, 1 disastrous karaoke bar, and 2 all-night conversations in my apartment where we forgot to sleep. She's told me about her sister, her father's funeral, the year she spent homeless at 19. I've told her about the panic attacks, the insomnia, the weight of being everyone's disappointment. We've kissed in parking lots and argued in grocery stores and fallen asleep tangled together on my couch watching movies neither of us cared about. And tomorrow, according to our agreement, it ends. Rachel hasn't spoken to me since the cafe. I've texted her 17 times. She's responded twice. Once with, I need space, and once with, I hope you know what you're doing. I don't. I absolutely don't. Mara's ex-boyfriend stands at the altar, beaming. His bride is beautiful, blonde, graceful, everything a bride should be. She looks at him like he hung the moon. He looks happy, I say. He is, Mara replies. I'm glad. She sounds like she means it. We sit in the back row. The ceremony is perfect, vows and tears and promises. When they kiss, the church erupts in applause. Mara's hand tightens on mine. At the reception, he finds us immediately. Mara. His smile is genuine, kind. You came. I did, she gestures to me. This is Daniel. We shake hands. His grip is firm, friendly. Thank you for being here. Both of you. And it means a lot. Congratulations, Mara says. She seems wonderful. She is. He looks at her carefully. You look good, Mara, happy. I'm getting there, she says, and I realize she's not lying. He glances between us. How long have you two been together? 2 weeks, I say before I can stop myself. Mara kicks my shin. 2 weeks? He raises his eyebrows. That's fast. Sometimes you just know, Mara says smoothly, recovering. Right, Daniel? Right, I echo, but something in my chest cracks when I say it because it's true. I do know. I knew that first night at the wrong table, and I've known every day since. I know she's chaos and complications and probably going to destroy me. I know she steals phone numbers and makes terrible decisions, and can't seem to save herself even when she's saving everyone else. I know I'm in love with her anyway. The realization hits me like a train. Her ex smiles, oblivious to my crisis. Well, I'm happy for you both, truly. He touches Mara's shoulder gently. You deserve good things, Mara. I hope you know that. Then he's gone, swept away by his bride and his perfect new life. Mara turns to me. Want to get out of here? We end up at the same cafe, same corner table, same 2 seats we occupied 2 weeks ago. Except this time we're supposed to be at the end, not the beginning. That went well, I say. Yeah. Mara's playing with her napkin. He really is happy. Are you okay? I think I am. I thought seeing him would hurt more. Or that I'd still be angry. But she shrugs. I just feel tired and ready to move on. Good, I say, and I mean it. She looks up. Tomorrow we end this. That was the deal. Right, the deal. She laughs softly. Funny how 2 weeks feels like longer. Mara, don't, she says quickly. Don't make this harder than it has to be. We agreed, clean break. No strings. We both got what we needed. I got to show him I was okay. You got to feel alive again. We're even? What if I don't want to be even? She closes her eyes. Daniel, what if I want to keep being uneven? Keep being disaster? Keep being... I take her hand across the table. Keep being with you? You don't mean that. 2 weeks from now, when the novelty wears off, when I inevitably fuck something up or push you away then I'll still be here. I interrupt. Because I'm not with you for the novelty. I'm with you because you're the first person who made me feel like being broken wasn't something to hide. Like being imperfect was interesting instead of shameful. Tears well in her eyes. I'm going to hurt you. You probably will. I'll probably hurt you too. That's what people do. I squeeze her hand. But maybe we can hurt each other and stay anyway. Maybe we can be disasters together instead of alone. You're supposed to be the good guy, she whispers. I'm tired of being good. I want to be real. She's crying for real now. This wasn't supposed to happen. I know. We were supposed to end. I know. I don't know how to do this. How to be in something real without destroying it. Then we'll figure it out together, I say. Badly, imperfectly, probably disastrously. She laughs through tears. When did you become so stupid? Reckless 2 weeks ago, at the wrong table. That wasn't the wrong table, she says softly. That was exactly the right table. Just not the one we were supposed to find. Nothing about us is supposed to happen, I agree. That's kind of our thing. She wipes her face, smearing mascara again. Rachel's never going to forgive you. She will. Eventually. She's my best friend. And she wants me to be happy. Even if happy looks different than she imagined. Your family will hate me. They'll come around. I'll probably steal your phone again. I'll change my passcode. I'm serious, Daniel. I'm not easy to love. I don't make things simple. Good, I interrupt. Simple is boring. Easy is overrated. I want complicated. I want you. She looks at me for a long moment. Then she stands, walks around the table, and kisses me, soft and salt-sweet and trembling with possibility. When she pulls back, she's smiling. This is going to be a disaster. The best kind, I say, echoing her words from 2 weeks ago. We leave the cafe together, walking into the night, into whatever messy, complicated, imperfect thing we're becoming. Behind us, at the table we shouldn't have sat at, 2 full coffee cups sit cooling, one black, one never ordered, both forgotten in the chaos of finding something real. 3 tables over, a man in a sensible sweater sits across from a woman in a yellow dress, both of them laughing, both of them exactly where they're supposed to be. But we're not supposed to be. We're the wrong table, the wrong people, the wrong choice. And somehow, impossibly, that makes us exactly right. 6 months later, Rachel texts me. I'm still angry, but I saw the photo you posted. You two at the animal shelter volunteering together. She looks happy. You look alive. I guess that's something. Don't fuck it up, I text back. Too late. We fuck it up constantly. Then we fix it. That's kind of our thing. Rachel. God, you're insufferable now. Me. Yeah, it's great. And it is. Even when it isn't. Even when Mara pushes me away and I have to pull her back. Even when I panic and she has to talk me down. Even when we fight and break and rebuild and fight again. Because we chose each other at the wrong table. And every day since, we keep choosing each other. Broken, imperfect, disastrous, and real. The wrong table taught me something. Sometimes the best things in life are the ones you're not supposed to find. The ones that don't make sense on paper. The ones everyone says will end badly. Sometimes wrong is just right wearing a leather jacket. And sometimes the person who ruins you is exactly the person you needed all along.